Hey, what's up guys, Buck Balboa here. Today we are going to be doing a little bit more of a story time video. I'm going to be talking about all the times that I've had to visit the hospital for injuries and stuff. Let's get right on into it. Okay, so over the years I've had like quite a few times I've gone to the hospital, like I'd say 3 or 4 times. And the first one happened when I was in 1st grade, so I think 9 years ago, if I'm correct. Yeah, it happened when I was in 1st grade. And basically, that was the first time I had broken any bones, so I had broke my arm. So basically, I had broken my arm during recess in a pretty weird way. So like, me and my friend, we were just walking around, we were looking for something to do. I don't know, play a game, join someone's game, whatever. And basically, we walked past this group of 8th graders, and they were playing soccer. So as they were playing soccer, wait, just hold on. Gotta kill Pink here. So anyways, yeah, they were playing soccer, and one of them decided, okay, I'm gonna pass the ball. But like, they passed it really hard. So as we were walking by, the ball went flying and smacked me in the arm. I don't know how, but somehow the soccer ball had managed to kill me. I mean, literally kill me. I was like on the floor. Basically what happened was, it didn't fully break my arm. It just bent the bone. So like, the bone was on top of the other bone. It's really weird to explain and it's kind of gross, but yeah. Hopefully I can kill Pink here and I can get on with my story. There we go. So yeah, so after that had happened, you know, I didn't know my arm was broken. Like, I didn't rush to the hospital right away. So I basically went to class. I think I had like art or something like that. And basically my arm started hurting like a lot, like very much a lot. Like, I was in severe pain. I couldn't write. I couldn't like rest on my arm. So I went up to the teacher and like, I was like, hey, can I go to the office to get like ice or something for my arm? He's like, what do you mean? Like, my arm's hurting. He's like, oh, I have this cut on my finger. I don't need a band-aid, so you don't have to go to the office. I'm like, okay. So then, once I got home, I was still in a lot of pain. So my parents were like, okay, you're gonna go see the doctor. So I went to go see the doctor, and they were like, okay, your arm hurts. What happened? I'm like, I got hit with a ball, and it's been hurting ever since. Like, okay, do you want to do an x-ray? So we did the x-ray, and basically, the premise of it was that my arm, as I just said, my arm had like bent on top of itself. It was really weird. Somehow the bone was not sticking out through that. I don't know. It was just weird. And so they're like, okay, you gotta go to this hospital tomorrow to get a cast. So when I went to go get a cast, it was okay. That was my first experience with a cast, and I will say one thing about casts, they are stinky. Like, very, very stinky. Like, I remember, like, I sniffed my arm once. I almost passed out. It was so disgusting. But my arm hadn't been broken too bad. Like, the cast, for whatever reason, allowed me to do, like, normal things. Luckily, I didn't break my dominant arm. I broke my left arm, and I'm a right-handed person, so it didn't really matter too much. But still, like, nobody wants to break their arm. Let me just get the bed. So anyways, I had to wear that cast for 2 weeks. It wasn't very long. No idea why, because the second time I broke my arm, foreshadowing to a later story I'm going to talk about, I had to sit in a sling for like 6 weeks for it to heal. But I'm guessing that's probably because it wasn't really broken, it was just bent. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, everybody signed the cast, and as you guys may know, when you're a kid and you break your arm, you're the coolest kid in school. That's just how it works. It doesn't matter. Like, it's almost worth it to break your arm. You become popular. You're the coolest kid in school. Pretty much it for what happened with my arm when I was in 1st grade. So I'm just gonna, let's just finish this game, and then we're going to start with the next story. No! So my second hospital visit was in 6th grade, yes, 3 years ago, and that one was, it was similar to the other one where I'd gotten hurt at school during recess, but this time, number one, I actually broke the bone this time. I didn't just bend it, and also, it was my fault this time. So, in 6th grade, me and my friends, we had this game that was kind of like Ring Around the Rosie, but on steroids. So instead of like just, you know, playing Ring Around the Rosie and you do whatever, basically, we decided to be a very, very smart idea to, you know, just play Ring Around the Rosie, but, you know, you just randomly let go of people and they go flying like 17 feet into the air. So that happened, and most of the time we were safe. We'd never, yeah, so most of the time we were pretty much safe. Like, we'd never gotten hurt, ever. But one time, I was on, like, the very, very end of the chain, because it was like a chain. Whenever you let go, it became a chain. So I was at the very end. I was, like, the end of a whip. I just got completely whipped. So I'm fine, I'd say, like, 10 feet, like, not vertically, horizontally, and then like 3 feet into the air. Hold on, I just gotta sort out the situation. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna void here. So yeah, so I went flying, and when I landed, there was the most, like, upsetting, like, disgusting crunch on my arm. It was just like, when I hit the ground. It was not very nice. And, you know, as a kid, you don't normally expect to hear a crunch when you hit the ground. So, I was like, because I had experience with breaking bones before, it crunched and I'm like, damn it, it broke. And my friends, like, I was screaming in pain. It was really, really bad. But my friends thought I was faking it, right? But I still, like, had to go to the hospital. Which, see, when your friend's faking it, you get extra points. Because then you become, like, you can say hot. Like, you didn't trust that I got into injury. That's bad on you. I don't know. We were weird as kids. I don't know why we did that. But anyways, yeah. Hold on. See, anyways, I went to the hospital, like, that was my first time in an ambulance as well. Because I had never, like, in my life been in an ambulance. Like, even when I broke my arm in 1st grade, I never went on the ambulance. My parents just drove me home, or, like, to the hospital. Because, you know, the teacher said that I didn't have a broken bone. That doesn't matter. But anyways, yeah. So I got rushed to the hospital. They had to do a bunch of x-rays and stuff, but it was okay. I mean, I had been used to x-rays before, so it didn't really bother me. But still, it was annoying because they have to put like this stupid freaking blanket on you, and I hate it. I can't stand the blanket. Yeah, I got a void here. So yeah, pretty much after that, I spent like 6 weeks in the cast, and there's a funny thing that happened. For whatever reason, we had this new music teacher, and nobody liked him. And basically, his smart idea was like, so I played like the tuba at the time, which it's a very heavy instrument. You're not exactly supposed to pick it up when you have a broken arm, right? But his idea was like, okay, if this kid has a broken arm, right? Why don't I just, you know, ask him to play the tuba again? I'm like, which that doesn't make sense, right? You don't tell the broken kid like to play the tuba. He was like, yeah, no, when can you play? I'm like, what? He's like, can you play now? I'm like, I have a broken arm. He's like, yeah, but I need you to be doing this so I can mark you. I'm like, I have a broken arm. I can't even lift this. I can't move my arm in general. Because I was in a sling. I didn't have a cast because I broke like my collarbone, which if you don't know what that is, that's basically just the bone that connects your shoulder to your ribs. And so I broke it. And I couldn't lift stuff. I couldn't do anything. So like the smart idea of Mr. Music Man over here was to have like to try and get me to play, which so he could mark me instead of just giving me another assignment, which he ended up giving me an assignment, but then he never marked it. I don't know, he was weird, but yeah. Okay, so it seems like this game's going to take a little bit longer, so I'm actually going to move on to the next let me take out yellow here. Okay, so the last story that I have like for today is from when I was like in 8th grade, and this wasn't like a broken bone or anything. It wasn't even at school. It happened in the middle of the night during the summer. And basically, so when I get a lot of nosebleeds, and so I do get like heavy nosebleeds. Like when my nose bleeds, like it'll take like 5-6 minutes for it to stop. But this time was different. So I had stopped it right the first time, but then it started again. For who knows why, it just restarted itself again. But this time, it didn't want to stop at all. It wouldn't stop, so we had to call the ambulance because, you know, I was about to bleed out to death because of a nosebleed. So we called the ambulance, and they came, and they picked me up in the middle of the night. And so once they took me, you know, they took me home, right? Like after the hospital, pick the pearls. So once they took me home, like it was like 1 o'clock in the morning by the time I got home. So, but I couldn't fall asleep because of my nosebleed. So I was super tired that day. And that day was the only day in my entire life that I took a nap. Like, that may sound weird. I don't know if you guys take naps, so you guys, maybe some of you guys like take naps during the day, but I have never, other than when I was a baby, I have never napped in my life, and that was the first time I was that tired that I forgoed like my no napping normalcy. So yeah, that's pretty much it for all of my injuries. So now we're just gonna finish up this game and head to the outro. Okay, we gotta run. He's gonna get our bed. We have to run. Really? So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about me getting hurt and injured. I'm going to, big announcement this week, I'm going to be uploading almost basically daily. And yeah, see you guys in the next video.